Salud, mi gente, your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're going to talk about another incident that took place in CDCR, this time in Kern Valley State Prison, level 4 180. The thing is that it was two cuarteros getting into it, and one became unalive. It sucks to tell these stories, man, because, man, you have to understand. You have to be in prison, to understand how cellies interact in the cell. How they open up to stuff and shit, how you share things here and there. And it's a whole different level, man. Also, in your cell is where you get the most vulnerable. You know what I mean? When you're sleeping, your cellie can get down and start stabbing you or do whatever he's gonna do, right? But it sucks, man. It sucks, man. Because you trust this man, you get to know him, and then you feel you put down your guard to a point, right? To a point. Don't ever put it all the way down. Trust me. It'll be all bad. If not, ask this individual. But before we continue this video and tell you what took place, do not forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 10K by September 10, right? So support the channel. We highly appreciate it. Notification bell as well. Be notified every time we drop a video. So according to the report, right, we have officer doing security checks. Usually security checks happen at night, midnight, 3 in the morning, and 6, right? So this time it happened at 6 as the cop is walking, looking top tiers, bottom tiers in every single building. This is a level 4, so it's going to be 8 buildings. So one officer is going to walk through all the 8 buildings, top tiers and bottom tiers, sections, buildings, everything, right? So eventually he came across a crime scene, right? He saw an inmate by the name of Carrillo laying on the floor with injuries to his body. And his cellie, Carrillo was 22 at the time. And his cellie, Gonzalez, who is 50 years old, standing up, right? At that point, of course, the officer's going to press the alarm, going to tell Carrillo to cuff up or get whatever he's going to do. Hey, come to the door, cuff up. And here comes everybody rushing in like, what's going on, man? What's going on? They saw that the youngster laying on the floor with injuries to his body. They took Gonzalez to the program officer, to the hall, whatever, right? And they start doing the CPR to the youngster, right? 22 years old. And eventually they take him to medical. They pronounce him alive, and that's it. Gonzalez is in the hole, pending investigation, possibly gonna cut a 187, right? It sucks, man, because imagine this thing took place in July 4th. So as you guys out on the streets are planning your day about what you're gonna do, right? What you're gonna cook, hamburger, hot dogs, buy some elotes, a watermelon, some cohetes, some fireworks, even though some people blew off their hand during this time. You have individuals like Gonzalez who are plotting against their cellie. I mean, like, damn, I'm tired of this youngster, man. I mean, like, he's hard-headed. He don't want to listen. He has a different program than what I'm used to, And this is what happens, Whether he gave him a head-up fade or he didn't, I don't know. If you were to ask me, probably not. Probably he got him sleeping, Who gets him the most vulnerable, and he takes advantage of that, And it sucks, man, because it's your cellie. That's supposed to be like the safest place in prison, right? But when your cellie acts like this, it's all bad. And that's why when it comes down to this story, it's like, man, it sucks to tell these stories, man, because I do understand. Imagine a small ass cell was like 14 by 5 feet. It's too small, man. It sucks. But these individuals, as for the victim, which is Carrillo, right? Inmate Carrillo, who was 22, he came into the prison, to the state in 2022 with a 20-year sentence, right? In 2023, he ended up cashing manufacturer, having a weapon with him, right? So he got more time in Riverside. But just trip on this, right? Because now it's I went into prison with a 20-year sentence. Different times, because back when I was in, used to do 17 years. Now you do 13 years, and not to mention that actually you can reduce your sentence. So out of those 20 years, man, this individual could have done maybe like 9 years. And if he really wanted to work to his release, probably could have done maybe 8 years, man, to be honest. It's a whole different game, but a lot of people don't understand. They see the high number, like, damn, man, it sucks. But it's not even like that, man. A lot. It's not like it used to be. CDCR is not like it used to be. If you go with the X amount of years, it doesn't matter that. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get out super late. Nah, you can work for you to reduce your sentence. The percentage goes down, especially when you go to different levels, man. And now you can earn, what is it, like 4 months per year off your sentence. Just think about it. It's a whole different game. But this individual was only made it for 3 years in prison and became unalive. Sucks, man. We feel for his family and stuff like that. I cannot explain what they're going through. Now, as for his cellie, right, the aggressor, Inmate Gonzalez, 50 years at the time, right? It said that he went back to prison for carjacking, right? Caught like 10, 11 years. But not only that, they said he was on parole. I don't know if he was a lifer. Why would they say that he was on parole? But imagine if he was a lifer, to actually give up second chance in life, still not giving up in criminality. 50 years old, nothing in your name. You're gonna excuse my language, but straight loser. Nothing in your name. And why I'm saying a loser? Why? Because, okay, I do understand if he went to prison, he came out late, right? But at least work to make something or do something out of yourself. Don't fall back into criminality, right? He had a J number, so based on the fact that they said it was a parolee, a return parolee, meaning that he violated his parole, plus he got this next case, I'm going to assume that he was possibly a lifer. But I'm just going to go with that, right? I cannot confirm that, but I'm just going to go with that just because I don't know why would they say that. But if he was not a lifer now, he's going to be a lifer for sure, But, man, it is incredible how individuals think that prison is the place to be at. You experience freedom, man. There's girls out there. If you don't got pegue, if you're not cute, man, you can pay for them too, man. Why would you want to go to a prison when there's nothing but men? It sucks, man. It sucks. And sadly, this is the life that a lot of people choose, That's a reality. Prison is not going to be the same. I said it, man. We are it's a new era, I guess, I cannot wait until they start integrating the level 4s. Let's see how it goes down, because they said that was the plan. See if they follow through. But, man, it sucks for the family of the victim. It sucks for this individual who decides to throw away his life. He's 50 years old, nothing on his name, probably not even a girl or nothing like that. He probably gave up on life. Like, man, I'm just going to continue possibly getting high or whatever he was doing, right? But I don't know where it happened, if it was in the active ER or on the SNY. If you were to ask me, I don't think there were actives. If you were to ask me, right? Based on the fact that this guy was a lifer. So if he was a lifer, if he wasn't a lifer, possibly he was going to active. But if he was a lifer, I don't think he was in an active yard. But I could be wrong, Never know. But at the end of the day, a life is a life. Doesn't matter where it happens, active or non-active. Still, the reality of prison, California style. A lot of danger. And reality check, Look, the individual that you're going to call you cuartero, who you're going to share, what? Comida, spread, stories, maybe introduce to your family on a phone call, stuff like that, is going to do that to you. Crazy, because that youngster was 22. He was possibly going to get out the same time I got out, when he was 34. It is crazy because I had the same sentence. And the story is a story not the era of prison is way different because I don't know if it was two striker, but since he got that weapon charge in 2023, he just picked up a couple years. In my era, with the two striker, if I would have picked up a weapon like that, I wish it was 3 years. That would have been life, because I was when the three strikes were they were doing the 3 strike law, man. That's the big difference than back then than right here. Back then there was a lot of you put a lot of risk on carrying whatever it was. If it was dope, weapons, or anything that, even a needle, a thin needle, it'll be all bad, man. But with this being said, we are out to next video. Saludos a todos. Take care and appreciate life. Never take nothing for granted, because you never know if you have that chance of making it to the next day. With this being said, we are out to next video. Gracias.